What's going on, guys, and welcome back to G.O.A.T Mania with me, Calvin. I hope you're all doing well. Now, in today's video, I want to talk about this week's Raw and Smackdown Live. So here are my thoughts on the main talking points from this week's Raw and Smackdown Live. I'm going to do this in no particular order, but Roman Reigns is the new IC champion, as we all know. It's his first week since winning the Intercontinental Championship from The Miz. And who came out? Both Bo and Curtis Axel. The Miz Taraj, well, The Miz doing his movie in Hollywood, as we all know. And all of a sudden, Elias comes out. And if you watched my video before, I didn't see any rumours or anything like that. You can believe me or not. But honestly, when I made that video and uploaded it 2 hours before Raw, I just said Elias. I did not think, I didn't look any rumours on Twitter. Now, you can believe me or not, but Elias came out and he challenged Roman Reigns for the title. That would have been for later on that night. And I was like over the moon for this. I was hoping, I very much doubted that he would win. Like Elias, because I thought it's 1 week Roman Reigns, and you know what Vince McMahon's like, or he loves Roman Reigns, as we all know. He's pushing him in the past, for titles and stuff. So I was over the moon with this, and it was a very good match in my opinion when I watched it. The winner of it was Roman Reigns. I was gutted about, but I kind of expected it, to be honest with you. I expect Roman's title reign to go on for a month or two, about 2 months. I don't know. To go through 1 or 2 pay-per-views, maybe, to still be champion. But after that match, who appeared was Samoa Joe, and he put Roman Reigns in his submission, and I think he went unconscious, Roman Reigns, and it looks like that is a new feud that's happening, Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe. So it looks like that's Roman Reigns' new challenger for the his belt, Samoa Joe, and I'm over the moon with that. So looks like that's going to happen. I'd love to see Samoa Joe as IC champ. It'd be awesome. Now, you heard me talk about it, was it last week? Matt Hardy and this whole broken gimmick they had in TNA. Something happened. If you watch Monday Night Raw, after his match with Bray Wyatt, who I think with this broken gimmick and this feud with Bray Wyatt will be fantastic to watch. The Eater of Worlds against broken Matt Hardy. That is a feud we'd love to see. But after his match, he lost to Bray Wyatt, which we expected. And we were a bit worried, since Jeff got injured. Matt Hardy, not getting many opportunities and stuff. And to think they were Raw Tag Team Champs, but then they went a bit downhill a bit a few months later and stuff after WrestleMania, when they made their return at WrestleMania. But it showed Matt Hardy in the corner of the ring after the match, and it just looked really weird. It looked weird when he was, a bit strange when he was coming down to the ring, but during, his entrance. It wasn't, he just looked, he had this like broken look about him. And it was like, it sounded like he was in pain or something like that. And all of a sudden, he just went, delete, delete. And then the crowd, some of the crowd, but a lot of WWE fans weren't happy about this. They went onto Twitter saying how bad, the crowd was. I didn't think the crowd was good either as well. When he was doing the delete chants, it showed on the camera. Look, just as you can see in the background behind Matt, as he was doing the delete with his arm. What he's been doing in TNA, what he's been doing since he's come back in WWE, teasing us with this broken gimmick. There was just people sat down, just staring at him like, "What is Matt okay?" It was like that sort of look. And then another camera angle, and you see a few people doing the delete sort of arm to the side sort of thing, and there were so many people just with their arms crossed or their arms by the side, and they were just staring, and it was like the crowd was pretty bad. It was, and I do agree, and I don't know. It's like they were wondering what's Matt doing. It's like they've never watched WWE before. It was like that. It's like Matt has been doing this as well. The delete sort of chant. He's been doing it since he came back in WWE. It was April time since WrestleMania. He's been doing it with Jeff. He's been doing it on Raw, and it's like this crowd, for some reason, did not know what the hell he was doing, and it was shocking. Everyone was shocked about it who went onto Twitter and complained about it and shared their thoughts. But as he was doing it, you can tell everyone was getting excited. It was breaking out all over Twitter, YouTube. The broken Matt Hardy gimmick is coming. I know they've been teasing this for the last few months in WWE, but it looks like it's coming. As I said, I think it was last week, I said look out for, mid-December. Something's happening there, something to do with WWE, TNA, GWF, what the hell it's called now. Something's happening there with this battle to have the gimmick, and it's taken a hell of a long time. They've teased as WWE because they haven't officially got it yet. They don't want to probably get sued and stuff, but it looks like it's almost here, and everyone is freaking out. It's a great time to it's fantastic. It really is. I can just imagine now when it does officially come. It comes in, when he was in TNA with that. Was it sort of like a robe or something like that? That attire he had when he was Broken Matt Hardy in TNA, and I just want him to, like he talks normal now, in a normal, his normal accent, his normal voice, Matt Hardy. But then he throws in a bit of broken gimmick in it as well. But I want him to talk how he did in TNA, where it was complete, like a broken, like it was a bit crazy sort of gimmick, you know what I mean? I want that continuous. I don't want, you know what I mean? We all want that. We want the broken Matt Hardy. He was fantastic in TNA. It was a big success. It really was. I enjoyed watching, as I do. I watch TNA, it's still good. GWF, where it's called now, but it's not as good now. You're losing the like of Drew McIntyre. He's come back to WWE, which is fantastic. NXT. They've lost so many big stars. They really have. TNA. And but yeah, hopefully very soon, Broken Matt Hardy will be back. 100% Broken Matt Hardy. Now I don't know if this is a big talking point to talk about, but Dana Brooke possibly joining Titus Worldwide. With Tozawa, I think he's still in it. Titus O'Neil, Apollo Crews. Dana Brooke. I do like her. I'm not a big fan of her, but she's wrestled Asuka twice now. I think she lost. I think the second one was quite quick. I think it was quick match. But I kind of want to see her have a push. Dana Brooke, I really do. I think she looks like the type. I think she deserves a push. Braun Strowman gets revenge on Kane. Just wow. I mean, Kane was in a match against Jason Jordan, and then Finn Balor came out just randomly. And then as he was about to, I think he had a chair round Finn's neck. I think I remember. I think it was that. And it was about to it went to the top of the rope, near enough, or the second rope, Kane. And just about as he was about to jump, Kane, Braun Strowman's music hits, Braun Strowman comes out, and Braun Strowman wants revenge, and then suddenly, long story short, just like, I think it was like two chair shots to the Kane's neck, towards the steel steps, and I was like, this is something. I mean, I hope this feud continues. I really hope it does. I would have loved them to be a tag team. I would have loved that so much. you know what I mean, to go for the Raw Tag Team titles. I mean, two monsters right there. You know, it would have been absolutely awesome if why WWE had Kane turn on Braun. Was it at TLC? I don't know. It would have been fantastic to have those two as Raw Tag Team champs. I mean, it would have been like two monsters to go against. I mean, I don't know. They screwed that up, WWE, as they do a lot of things. So Braun got the last laugh. Obviously, we expect this feud to continue. Hope it does. But yeah. Okay, the last talking point, main talking point on Raw. Paige, Mandy and Sonya. As I predicted them to have a match against Mickey, Bayley and Sasha, who they attacked when Paige made her big return. And Sonya and Mandy making their debut on the main roster as well. That match I thought was going to go ahead. It was, as I predicted, it was supposed to go ahead. But Sasha came out and a tag team partners were supposed to come out as well. But Paige came out, Mandy and Sonya instead. And then just a bit of talking going on. And then they went backstage, showed on backstage on the big screen. Bayley and Mickey receiving some help after obviously been attacked by Mandy, Sonya and Paige. You know, the female shield, it really is. And I'm enjoying this, really enjoying this faction. I really am. And they then surrounded the ring as the Shield would do. Paige, I think I remember putting her hand out to Sasha, saying join us, something like that. Obviously Sasha would refuse, attacked Paige, and then Mandy and Sonya both came in and attacked, and then Paige came in and attacked Sasha, and just, you know, it's always going to continue. I'm enjoying this, I really am. It's like a female Shield, and it's great to see something like that in WWE. Okay, on to Smackdown now. My thoughts, the main talking points on Smackdown. We're going to start off with the Bludgeon Brothers, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, defeating the Hype Bros. But that's not the main talking point. The main talking point from that match, well, after the match, was Mojo Rawley turns heel. Yes, Mojo Rawley turns heel. Now, I was really shocked. They were teasing us for the last few months with Zack Ryder heel turn. They were teasing us, making us think Zack Ryder was going to turn on Mojo. But no. In a post-match interview, after their match, they're both in the ring. Zack was talking to, I can't remember who it was, but Mojo was just behind. And just suddenly, in the middle of his interview, attacks Zack Ryder. Mojo attacked Zack. And I'm sure the crowd was saying, this is awesome. I see, I'm a bit 50-50 about this, if I'm really going to get behind a Mojo Rawley heel turn. I would never expected, I don't think a lot of people would expect a Mojo Rawley heel turn. I thought, you know, I expected Zack Ryder to suddenly attack Mojo. I mean, this is going to be weird because, you know, seeing Mojo, how it's going to lead up. I hope it's not going to lead up to how it's going to be like how it was Big Cass and Enzo sort of feud, and then it kind of just finished. I know Big Cass had that injury and he's still out, but I hope it leads to something. I hope, I don't know where it's going to lead to, but obviously we're going to expect a Zack Ryder Mojo match next week. Still a bit 50-50 about it, but to me, Zack Ryder looks more the heel type, especially with the facial hair, and I don't know, I would have preferred him to turn heel instead of Mojo, but we'll see where it goes next week. Another talking point, we had Charlotte, Natalya and Naomi against Ruby, Liv and Sarah. No Becky, I thought it would have been Becky, but it was Natalya. She's still a heel. She walked out on both Charlotte and Naomi during their match. You know, I would have preferred Becky, but Natalya's still a heel. I'll tell you, another women's faction to look forward to watching now, Ruby, Liv and Sarah. So that's going to look great as well. I just love Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. I just think fantastic. I think Ruby Riott, it's going to be, it's both Raw and SmackDown having these female factions on both Raw and SmackDown. It's going to be awesome. Another talking point, I know it's not that important to talk about, but Randy Orton has hair. I mean, it surprised me really when I was watching his match against Kevin Owens. I mean, he looks really young for it. I mean, he used to have hair when he was, you know, his first few years starting at WWE. I mean, it looks really good. It makes him look younger. It really does. And a lot of people were saying that on Twitter. It looks good with hair. You know, he looks younger. But yeah, he went to the match against Kevin Owens. He lost to Kevin Owens, but as I expected, I said in my my video before this, with help from Sami Zayn, obviously, and it's probably going to continue. You know what I expect? I think it's going to be Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton. I don't know. It's just getting a bit annoying now. Oh, I think it's going to be a tag team. I think it's going to be a tag team match next week. I'm going to say it now. Predict it. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens against Randy Orton and somebody else. One of it to be in a tag team with Randy. It's going to be like that. I feel a bit annoyed with that because Randy Orton is a veteran. You know, he's in the WWE. He's a legend. He really is. He's a future Hall of Famer, Randy Orton. He really is, and he's been in the company so long, and he doesn't deserve to be. Would you call it mid card, or I don't know how it all works, but he deserves to be in the title picture. To think back in 2013, he was WWE champion, and he was in that whole authority story against Daniel Bryan, and he was with Triple H, and I don't know, to think where he's gone now. I mean, he's too good for this. He should be going for titles. You know, I know. Well, he was WWE champion. I know, when he defeated Bray Wyatt, and he joined force before that and stuff. But he really needs a big push. He really does, Randy. He doesn't deserve being where he is now. He deserves to be higher. He really does. Okay, the last talking point on SmackDown Live, I want to talk about Bobby Roode wants the US title from Baron Corbin. I mean, that would be glorious if he became the new United States champion. I mean, I'd love to see him as WWE World Heavyweight Champion on SmackDown, but to see him go, to win his first title, even if it's the US title, I mean, any title, you know what I mean? I mean, that'd be glorious for Bobby Roode. It would. I'd rather have him than, Baron Corbin. Not greater than the Mike Baron. Great theme song. Good wrestler. Not really a big fan of Baron Corbin. I do like him, but Bobby Roode, I hope that's a feud that looks like it's going to lead to a pay-per-view as well. So I really hope we do see Bobby Roode as the new US title, US champion. Be absolutely fantastic. Glorious, should I say. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to G.O.A.T Mania. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. And I shall see you guys in the next video. I should be doing my thoughts probably Sunday or Monday night just before Raw for my post-match pre-show for Raw and SmackDown predictions and thoughts. Anyway, guys, stay glorious, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.